Do you ever have to like go out there and maybe emotionally, geopolitically, like it feels like the world's on fire and you're like, it's 82 and sunny?
Yeah, all the time.
Smart girl. Dumb questions.
Why are all weather people hot? And what exactly do they do? What even is meteorology? I'm Nayeema Raza. This is Smart Girl Dumb Questions. And today my guest is the Fox weather meteorologist, Nick Koser, also known as the Dancing Weatherman.
I'm here to disprove the theory that all weather people are hot.
No.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. By the way, is it weathermen or is it weather people? Like, what is the plural of your profession?
It's a good question in this day and age. Weather theys? No. Meteorologist.
Meteorologist.
How about that?
The meteorologist.
That's all encompassing.
One cultural impression of the weatherman was portrayed by another Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yes.
The movie The Weatherman.
That's right.
So I want to play you a little bit of the trailer of that film.
Man, that's you know what? That was a couple decades ago, right? That's
deep cut.
Yeah.
Deep cut. I actually was watching it in anticipation of this interview.
The wind system will keep pushing colder air across the Midwest. Our sprint snipper of the week, just 24.
I don't like his face.
I like him. He's handsome.
My job's very easy. 2 hours a day, basically reading prompts.
Hey, weatherman!
Every couple months, someone throws something at me. I receive a large reward for pretty much zero effort and contribution. The shakes and stuff are a reaction to that, I think.
Why would someone throw a shake at you? You just read the weather.
Okay.
Exactly. Why would someone do that? There's so much
Has anyone
hostility.
ever thrown a shake at you?
I'm trying to remember. No shakes. Snowballs.
Snowballs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the popo this week.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
like that. You're going to press charges? No.
I think this. What is it? The statute of limitations is
fast.
That was a long time ago. But
I think it's 5 days for a snowball.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that portrayal?
Okay, that's an older movie.
That's an old movie. That's 06, I want to say.
Okay, 06.
Yeah.
That makes a little more sense. So legacy media TV was still sort of in its golden age then.
Yeah.
And maybe there was some truth to what he was saying there. First of all, weather people do not read teleprompters. It's all ad lib. We're freestyling.
What?
We're raw dogging it.
When you see the screen, you're raw dogging it. When you see the screen, is it like, do you see the whole map or are you just like pointing at where you think Nebraska is?
We see the maps on TVs next to us, but behind us is a green screen.
What?
Yes, the map is superimposed on that green
So
screen.
you have to be good at geography and meteorology?
Yeah.
Okay.
That took me a while, actually.
Yeah.
And then I was really, then I got
Were you like
good.
pointing at LA, being like, it's very cold in New York City?
Man, if I had a nickel for
Really?
that first year, if I had a nickel, you'd laugh. Like the news anchors, they read. They sit there and the teleprompter goes and they're,
Okay, give
hey,
some
welcome
shade to Jesse Waters here.
Yeah, take that, Jesse. But like weather people, we don't do that because we break eye contact with the camera. And so we're looking at the map. And so it's all freestyle. So that's inaccurate, first and foremost.
Okay.
Second of all, in his day, when that movie was made, I'm sure on-air shifts were a little bit different, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And he probably only had a few hits within each hour that were 1 to 2 minutes long, which is a piece of cake. Now everything's different. It's all 24/7. I worked the 6-hour morning show shift sometimes, and it is so intense.
Okay.
There's so much prep. We have to know the weather all across the country that's happening that day and that's happened all year and that's going to happen in the next week. It's crazy. It's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that, especially going to happen the next week because a lot of people have a lot of questions about how accurate the weather is.
Don't throw a shake at me, all right?
I'm not going to. I'm just here to ask. But I actually think it is impressive. Like I thought that about the green screen. Like you guys cannot possibly know.
Yeah.
Is it the same for like Decision Desk on political day?
I
They're also looking
I think a lot of people now are shifting towards big digital TV screens.
Yeah.
Like we use a lot of monitors, the green screen thing. We only have one green screen in the building, but yeah, it's the same concept.
Okay. So 24/7 news, because Fox Weather is on 24/7. There's a bunch of 24/7 channels besides the Weather Channel, which is obviously the OG of this biz.
Yeah.
So is anyone watching that 24/7 besides my mom?
Well, shout out to your mom. We love her. Tell her to keep doing it and make all her friends do it too.
She's always like calling me to tell me the weather and where I am, no matter where in the world I am. She could be a weather gal.
Good. We need. See, we would call her a weather enthusiast. She's exactly who we're catering towards.
She's always like, "It's cold in New York. Are you wearing a sweater?" I'm like, "No, Mom. I'm wearing a bikini in the blizzard." Like I've dressed myself for 30 years. What's going on?
I know. You're like, Mom, I was just in it. I know. No, people aren't going to watch all day, So we're always there as an option for that 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's like some kind of, I don't want to call them a creep, you'd call them an enthusiast, somebody who's just like it's like OnlyFans, but the weather.
Right.
You know, they just love it.
Yes. If you go on our YouTube live stream,
yeah.
I don't want to say anything that'll get me in trouble, but if you're into that sort of thing, the YouTube live stream is popping.
Oh, okay. That's weird. All right. By the way, I want to apologize that people listening to this might hear some sirens, they might hear some beeping, and they might hear some snow being shoveled.
Which is so on brand for this. Yeah.
On brand.
Yeah.
We are not shoveling the snow. We're just going to be dancing and talking.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. We'll leave the hard work up to them.
Yes.
I wonder if the driver is honking at the snow shoveler.
Wow, look at you green screening outside the street. What's happening? You're forecasting.
That's right. I just forecasted the street forecast. Yeah.
Okay. So the morning weather hour, is there like a different test for that? Or like it just feels like these people are like shot out of a Red Bull cannon?
Yeah. I think it does take a certain personality type, you know? And then all morning show people don't have to be peppy. It's a team. So you with any team, everyone has their strengths. So you need like the serious one, usually someone that provides some levity, someone with the pep. So, but yes.
Which one are you?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out 20 years in.
No.
I'm much more peppy on the internet than I am at 2 a.m. I'll tell you that.
Does it offend you that people think weather is small talk?
No, it doesn't. I'm not offended by that whatsoever. I think it's like a unifier. I think that's what it is. I think it's a unifying thing. It's a shared experience. And that's what makes it so important. And especially in this fragmented culture that we live in, it's nice to still be able to talk about something with a little bit of unity. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 90s, I think we all, and even early 2000s, I think we all discovered things at the same time. You know, the Beatles were on Carson or Sullivan, and everybody were exposed to them all at that one point. And then they could go out and talk about it the next day around the water cooler. That doesn't really happen anymore. No. Now you discover people that you like within your own algorithm that maybe the next 30 people will never see in their entire life. And it's hard to, I don't know.
That's even before you put in the political fracture and everything else that's dividing us. But we're all having the same weather.
Yeah. Yes.
But yet people don't want to talk about the weather. Like Jerry Seinfeld has this whole bit about like, don't talk to me about the weather. Don't talk to that guy about the weather.
That's hilarious. That's the fun part of it. It's like you can go anywhere, drop anybody into any city, and you can kind of bond and at least start talking with anybody at the gas station over the weather.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think weather is big talk in some way. I never like to talk about it necessarily.
I like you. Yeah.
But weather feels it's like literally happening. It's very big.
Let's go.
What makes the weather happen?
Oh, well, it's the okay. This is the actual answer, and it's not as sexy as it sounds.
Is it the atmosphere?
Close. So yeah, it's got to do with that. It's the uneven heating of the Earth's surface from the sun. Does that make any sense?
Because the Earth is rotating.
Yeah, it's rotating. The angle that it's tilted at during the time of the year. Terrain plays a big part of it. So if one part of the Earth is getting hotter than the other, there's going to be a displacement of air. Air is always trying to go where it's most comfortable.
Yeah.
And essentially that right there is the 30,000 foot explanation of why weather exists.
And so climate change is making your job harder?
Climate change is a tricky thing for me to talk about because it's very political. And
but it shouldn't be, right?
I don't think so. I think, you know, the climate has changed over the last million years and it's going to continue to change. Weather, meteorology is the here and the now. Climate is over hundreds, if not thousands of years. So that's the difference. Climate is an average of centuries of weather. Meteorology, what I do, is the day in and day out stuff. So I focus on the meteorology and I try to keep the climate out of it. However, there are some signs that are hard to argue against when it comes to climate change, especially these last few very active hurricane seasons. And I think like any species, we as humans will adjust, we'll figure it out. But right now we're collecting data and everything's very unprecedented. And hopefully we can figure this thing out. We got to take care of Mother Earth. She's been pretty good to us.
Vast majority of scientists would say that we are experiencing climate change. I think you
Yeah.
said climate change affects every aspect of life.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So meteorology, like what is meteorology? Are all weather people, are all weather theys, the politically correct term, are they meteorologists, and are all meteorologists weather people? Like, is it?
That's a good question. Did you like research that?
No, I don't know the answer. I'm literally asking you.
That's a
this
good
is the
question.
whole great thing about Smart Girl Dumb Questions. I can just ask you questions and I don't even need to prep.
No, we got to change it to Smart Girl Smart Questions, because
Okay.
that was very nuanced. You need some sort of training. You have to get a degree.
Okay.
So if you didn't get a degree, if you're not like a degreed meteorologist I went to Mississippi State or say Florida State, there are really good colleges with good programs. Penn State's another one, Colorado State. If you didn't get a degree from one of those or a certification, you're not a meteorologist. At that point, you're like an enthusiast.
Killing dreams for people listening over here.
But in this day and age, I think there are some guys that don't have degrees that have been forecasting the weather, and they do it very successfully online. And so it's one of those things. It's a technicality. Does experience trump a degree?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then are there other meteorologist jobs that are not to do with the weather? Like, do meteorologists do other things too?
Yeah. You don't have to be on air. But yeah, you can be behind the scenes. You can be at the National Weather Service. You can actually big companies hire private meteorologists to give them their weather forecast for big events like NASCAR.
Oh yeah.
They have their own private meteorologist.
I know, and also hedge funds, I think, are like
They're starting to get into it.
You can make a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I know,
You know anybody?
I know people.
Is anybody hiring? No.
I could be like a dancing hedge fund meteorologist.
I'd
That
be
would
like, why
so
is he
bizarre.
dancing? Get him out of here. We need somebody else.
I don't know if they'd look kindly upon that, but yeah, for energy investing, like I know people who are
Absolutely.
energy investors, and they have
Rely
teams of
heavily on
meteorologists.
meteorologists,
They pay meteorologists like thousands of dollars an hour.
Yes, it can be very lucrative. And also conversely, now you can also do it on social media full time. There are streamers that do the weather. So there's a wide variety of things and places that you can go, but you should just watch Fox Weather with yours truly.
Okay. No ads. This is not sponsored by Fox Weather. Okay. So we've disproved the theory that Nick Cage's portrayal of like hot guy. I mean, do we want to call Nick Cage hot?
I don't know.
I love Nick Cage. I love Nicolas Cage.
Maybe at the time he was a good looking dude.
But he had to be peppy on air, and he was like going through this divorce. I only made it halfway through the film, so I don't know what happened.
It's tough. When you have a tough day, you still have to hold it together.
Yeah. So do you ever like get to set and like the world around us, as you said, it's very fractured. There's a lot going on. Do you ever have to like go out there and like everything, like maybe emotionally, geopolitically, like it feels like the world's on fire and you're like, it's 82 and sunny.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's 5 days in a work week. How many of those days in your week are perfectly awesome? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 of those 5. So that one day it's a little extra tough.
Yeah.
And especially if you're waking up at 2 a.m. I get too mad at things in the morning that are minorly inconvenient at that hour. Like if my toothbrush cap falls on the floor, I fly off the handle for no reason. I'm just mad to be awake. For that lasts for 10 minutes of me waking up, and then I even out. But it's just hard.
So what's your tip for that? Like for people going through, as you said, like 80% forecast of having a bad day.
Yeah.
100% you're like on air happy. Do you have any advice to people when it comes to that?
I don't know. I think feeling feelings is important. You don't want to be toxically positive.
Yeah.
You just have to. I don't know. You just work through it. It's taken years and years for me to figure out how to just put that all aside and do the job on TV. But I do think I'm not going to be the guy that gets up here and says, you got to be grateful for everything. Yeah. You're lucky to have a house you can even vacuum, even though vacuuming does suck sometimes.
Yeah. But Dyson makes it better.
Dyson is.
This podcast brought to you by Dyson.
Oh, well, now we're doing plugs. Fox Weather 24/7.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's just like anything. It's just like a muscle that you exercise. I've done the weather for 20 years. Actually, 21. I started. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. I take that back. I was a news reporter for the first year of my career.
Oh.
In 2005.
Where?
Mansfield, Ohio, tiny little town.
Is it near Cincinnati?
It's right in the middle of Cincinnati and Cleveland.
I used to date a guy from Cincinnati. Ever had Skyline chili?
Yo, that's the only thing that city has.
No, they have Jenny's ice cream too. They love to tell you about it.
Okay, that's fair.
And they have the Bears.
But yeah,
the Bears?
But no,
Chicago.
that's the Bengals. That's the
Bengals. Sorry.
Okay, we're changing the podcast back. No, I'm kidding. No, the chili. Everybody there loves the chili, and they think it's great. But other than that, I grew up. This is my joke. I haven't spent a lot of time in Cincinnati, so I can't say much about it. But since I'm an Ohioan, I can.
Yes.
I can throw some jabs.
Because you grew up in Ohio.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Cleveland, I was born there, and I tell everybody, if you're born in Cleveland, any move you're making anywhere out of that city is an upgrade. Unless it's Detroit, I guess. But
I love Detroit.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes one of us.
I like it.
I've never really been there, so I can't hate. But
I interviewed Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cavs.
You interviewed him?
I interviewed him and Mayor Mike Duggan from Detroit. Dan Gilbert has done so much for that city. And it was very funny, though, because there had been a list of like the top 10 mayors of all time in Politico or something. And it had like Pete Buttigieg and Eric Garcetti. And then it had Dan Gilbert and not Mike Duggan. So I asked them about it. And they had this very cute back and forth about like, Mike's like, yeah, this guy's always calling me, telling me how to do my job.
You get some banger guests on here.
Yeah, it wasn't for this show. It was like a stage event I did somewhere, you know.
Well, you still get banger guests.
I do.
Mark
like
Cuban.
Nick Koser.
Yeah. But Diplo, that was a good interview.
Yeah.
At some point, can we switch shoes today?
Yeah, you want to do that? Oh, gosh.
But I just want you to know that my feet aren't warm or wet.
Yeah, Diplo said my feet were warm, not dirty. He issued a retraction for anyone who watched that podcast. If you didn't watch or listen to that podcast, this is a weird conversation.
It was great. You got to watch it. After this, then you watch that. Yeah.
After this, then that, then the weather 24/7 on YouTube
and
with
there's
the other
rest
creeps.
of your life. Yeah.
So what can a weather person tell me? What can a meteorologist tell me that my app can't?
Oh, that's another good question. Okay.
Thank you.
Apps,
I love that I've had two good questions so far.
You're dropping some gems. Apps are usually 99.9% of the time, they're incredible for current conditions. Like so
literally right now,
right now, and maybe in the next 2 hours or so. So if you want to know what should I wear this morning, it says 19 degrees. You know, there's a 3 mile per hour wind and it's sunny. Boom. You know what you need to know.
We don't necessarily know. We're going to get into what you wear. That's a whole other conversation, other segment.
And at least you know you have the baseline of what the weather is. Now, where people get into trouble is they look at that like 7, 10, some of them have a 14-day outlook.
Yeah.
Trash. They don't take in. That's where you need human interpretation to compare models and to come to a consensus on what's going to happen. Also, expertise plays a part in it.
Yeah.
So long-range forecasting, most apps aren't great. I think Fox Weather does the best job of it, but most apps, they just follow one model and they let it all ride. That's like betting your entire life savings on Red 7. You wouldn't do that. You would hedge your bet and, I'm a bet 20 on all red.
Yeah.
And that's a much safer, smarter play.
Isn't it all using the same stuff now? Like, surely, like the Fox Weather app is using, like, is it, what is it, Google Weather Next too?
No.
That's like the AI that's powering so much.
Some of it's proprietary. But, like, the point is, there are many different models out there. The GFS, the Euro, the NAM, the HER, and now you have some AI stuff. You've got Google AI, you've got AI,
Google Weather
GFS,
Next too, or something. Yeah.
So some of those apps only take what one of those models is saying for 14 straight days. That's crazy. Is
the Apple Weather app trash? Yes or no?
I would say it's not as good as the Fox Weather app.
Okay, yeah, but come on, you're paid to say that. But what is it? Like what? Really?
Yeah.
They bought Dark Sky. I love when they had Dark Sky.
They're great for current conditions.
Okay.
The long range is trash. I will say that it's trash. Straight up.
Long range.
It's like the garbage truck we can hear out there. It's that thing's coming to pick up your Apple Weather app right now.
But people also are very upset with you, not you personally, but with people of your ilk. The good-looking meteorologist degree certificate holding people on the TV. So I think your colleague Jesse Waters had this out with you once too, where he talked about how journalists issue retractions for their work, and whether people don't, because then they would have to be retracting all day, every day kind of thing. We might play that clip of the shade.
And that's what newsmen do. When we make a mistake, we correct it. Why don't weathermen do that? Well, it's part of it's an inexact science, the
Wait,
weather.
you said it is?
Yes.
You guys have radar.
That's what I say anyways. I don't know. Look.
I need an apology once in a while. It would really help your credibility if you guys say, "Guys, you know what? We said it was going to snow. It didn't snow. Everyone closed school."
I'm going to give you a politician apology. I'm sorry you misunderstood my forecast. How about that?
Yeah. It is what it is. Jesse, you picked your own career path, so don't come at me, bro. No, I think we do a pretty good job of saying what we'll say is, wow, that storm really overperformed. It was an overperformer. And that means
you underperformed.
maybe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, but that's not what it means.
Yeah. We'll say, it overperformed, or I didn't see the models weren't showing that necessarily a couple days ago. The thing is, it's very inexact, and it's not like we handed in our test to get scored, and that was the end all be all. We're constantly fine tuning the forecast right up until the onset of the event. So if you watch us 2 days before a big blizzard and you take that one forecast that you heard as Bible 2 days before the event, it's not going to hold. That's our best guess at the moment, but we're still going to drill down stuff right up until it gets going. And then, an hour or two before an event happens, will be the most accurate.
Is there like a room, like, in the decision desks, they have like rooms of people sitting there looking at the maps, calling in, all that? There's a room, like a weather room?
For sure. It's called weather presentation. And we've got conference rooms that we meet in and hash it all out. And the conference rooms that we have are named after seasons. So
that's so nerdy.
Winter conference room, summer. It is nerdy. Yeah, you're right. That's a fair call out. But I didn't name them, so I'll pass the buck.
There was one listener wrote in, Josh, saying, "Have you ever thought about the human cost of naming hurricanes after people?"
That's pretty funny because nobody wants to name their girl Katrina.
Nobody wants to name their girl Katrina.
That's
even if her grandmother was Katrina. Think about what you did to that family.
Exactly.
And also Melissa, who was here earlier today on set, she
just had one. A hurricane.
She was saying that she was talking to somebody from Jamaica, and they were, it was a guy. Maybe it was a potential love relationship that went away because of.
Wow. Yeah. Listen, it's tough luck, man. That's tough luck. The World Meteorological Organization comes out with names, and they pick these names that are supposedly easy for everybody to pronounce, not just in America, but all throughout the Caribbean and anywhere that could be impacted by a hurricane. So they come up with these names, and I'm told it's random, and they repeat. They're cycled through every 5-10 years. So
has there ever been a Hurricane Nick?
There has been. There was one a few years ago. It didn't do much, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But the thing is with hurricane, here's a juicy little tidbit. The I hurricane is usually the worst of the season.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like Isaac?
Yep. Or there's a bunch of them. Isabel.
Isaiah. I don't know why they're all biblical right now.
Yeah, right. Because that part of the season, so the A hurricane is early in the season when the atmosphere isn't super rocking and rolling like it is right in that August, September timeframe. And that usually lines up with the I hurricane because you get the A, B, C, D out of the way. So that's a little tip for you. If there's an I named hurricane threatening your region, it could be a doozy.
So maybe avoid I names if you're naming a baby right now.
That's smart. And that was another point. N, my name starts with an N, so does yours.
Yeah.
At that point in the season, N names, it would be so late. It would be a late season hurricane probably, and it probably wouldn't be all that strong.
Well,
so you and I are good.
In Jamaica, she's just off by one letter.
I'm saying probably.
Probably.
That's how I cover my bases.
You said the World
Meteorological Organization.
The World
WMO.
The WMO.
Yeah.
It has not come under fire like the WHO.
No.
Yet. Are we still part of the World Meteorological
Yes.
Organization?
Yep, we are.
Okay. And we're staying.
We're staying.
Okay. And what is that? That sounds like the Illuminati.
Yeah, no, it's over in Europe, and that's just.
We're definitely leaving. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
It's like the National Weather Service of that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they called it the world, but it just does Europe?
Yeah, everything. Civilization started over in Europe. They call dibs on everything. They started everything first. Then over here in America, we got going second.
This is going to be like a unifying enemy because people are going to be upset that it's like colonist.
I know.
And then people are going to be upset that it's like European. It's like everybody can get together and not like this organization.
See how hard it is to be a meteorologist? Welcome to my world.
Okay.
You're always walking on eggshells.
And the National Weather Service is actually like national. Is it public?
National Weather Service is based in America.
And is it paid for by tax dollars?
Yes, it's a government-funded agency.
You know, there's a conspiracy that the government controls the weather.
I do know that conspiracy.
You've heard that? I didn't know about that conspiracy until we...
Chemtrails, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, what is it?
Cloud seeding type of thing. It's where people, and it's been done, certainly in Asia, where you create clouds essentially that are loaded with water, and the idea is these storms are all manufactured by cloud seeding, which it's a good conspiracy theory. It sounds sexy. It sounds like, man, the government can probably do that, and they probably would. Believe me, the technology is not there. There's no way. It's not that advanced.
This blizzard wasn't created for Mamdani to look like a stud.
I promise you it was not.
But he did look like a stud, huh?
He did look like a stud.
16 inches.
16 inches.
Say.
That's a lot of inches.
Then he cleaned that stuff up.
Cleaned it all up.
Look at this. It was so good.
I know.
He did such a good job.
Shout out Mom. I actually interviewed him about it.
I know. I saw that.
And he did a great. Yeah. He promised something and he delivered, in my opinion, at least in Midtown. Now the other boroughs, it's taking them a little longer.
Why are you coming
for
our mayor?
I'm just look. I got to be fair.
But the other borough's not looking as
he did a good job on this storm. Yeah,
he did a good job. I actually I was like, what is the difference between a blizzard and a storm? Because the blizzard was supposed to be worse, but they cleaned it up faster. And I was like, is it even a blizzard?
Well,
did they call it a blizzard to manage expectations, to underperform it?
This is gonna sound pathetic, but honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind when I say blizzard, as the 20-year veteran of the meteorological world, is the Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, yeah.
God, I love those things. Oh my God, I'm such an ice cream junkie. What's if you had a choice of a blizzard right now, what would you put in there?
My favorite is Haagen-Dazs cookies and cream.
Okay, so you go cookies and cream blizzard.
I actually have never been to a Dairy Queen. What? Is this going to make me sound like the 1%?
You gotta go.
I've never
You're
been
not a
to a
1%er, no, but you gotta go. You bring up another good point.
Yeah.
Blizzard, there is a definition for a blizzard.
And what is the definition
You
of blizzard?
want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think a lot of people think a blizzard is based on how much snow will fall, right? So if 2 feet of snow falls, that's definitely a blizzard, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not based on that.
Is it the way the snow falls?
Yeah, it's good. It's like the wind. It's almost more based on the wind. So if you have snow, you don't need heavy snow to fall. A blizzard warning is issued when 3 hours will have visibilities less than a quarter mile and winds of 35 mile per hour or greater. So that creates it's the blowing of the snow that really...
Nick, you did go to meteorology school.
I did.
You're not just a hot weather man who dances.
Finally. You got to convince my wife.
Hey, we don't. It's keeping that dream alive for her is important.
That's her thing.
Is it a flex like in a small town to be like the weather guy in Ohio?
It's funny. Yeah, it's you do get a little taste of fame. It's not a big taste. If you see, I started
all the middle-aged ladies like you. It's like Vampire Diaries on CW.
You have no idea.
Yeah,
I crush with the middle-aged and like moms.
Yeah,
crush. I mean, I remember you do kind of feel a little famous when you go to the grocery store for the first time and someone's like, "You're that guy." And this was back in 2006 when I started. So the internet wasn't exactly what it is. So it wasn't happening to a bunch of influencers and other people.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was cool. But after a while, you realize social currency is a little tricky. You know, it's not the same as actual currency. Like at one point, I think that flips and you go, oh, would I rather someone recognize me or would I rather just have $5?
So now I think in some ways, probably I hope you have both because you have this job at Fox Weather. You're like a big time
doing better
meteorologist now, national.
Yes.
Not local. And you also have, 9 million TikTok followers?
Yeah.
3 million Instagram followers.
Total of 17 million across platforms, but no one's counting. Not a big
You just wanted to take one more inch for Mamdani, didn't you? For like 17 million. It's
Yeah,
like really
you take your
16.1.
16 inches and you take my 17 million.
We'll take a quick break and be right back. Is AI making weather so much more accurate?
Yes, 100%.
And do you know the numbers
incredible.
For this?
I know some numbers. I know just right off the top of my head, AI weather models only take 40 minutes to complete. Other models, it takes 1 to 3 hours to figure out and cycle through. And it takes something like 0.3% of the computing power. So AI models are faster and they use way less power than traditional models, which is incredible. It's incredible, yeah. And they're learning.
Why are they building all these data centers? We can just know.
Well, we do need those data centers because AI models aren't aggregating current atmospheric conditions, which is what the traditional models are still doing.
What do you think AI will come for first? Like your job as a talent, your job as a meteorologist, or your job as a TikTok star?
That's a good question. I think about that often. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could ping pong that right back to you. Like, you're on camera.
Yeah.
Do you think, I don't think in this day and age, right now, as it sits, people are ready to accept AI generated humans. I don't think they're ready for it. I think they're fighting it. They don't love it. Everybody's scared of that happening. And listen, there are some big AI human robot accounts that have millions of followers.
Yes.
They already are artists. I think DJ Khaled has one of them, I think, or maybe it's Rick Ross. I'm not sure. Okay. But I don't think people are accepting it yet. Now, sure, AI is going to replace systems and, business infrastructure. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't. I have always kind of prided myself on being an early adapter. I think it's important. Like back when, a good example is back in the older days, decades ago, when the tractor was invented, 90% of America, they were farmers. Yeah. And they were pissed because they go, you invent a tractor, what are we going to do for a living? Yeah. Well, they figured other stuff out to do.
Good tractor accent.
Yeah, thank you. They didn't have to go plow the field for 8 hours a day. They just had a tractor do it in 1 hour. And I hope I'm not being naive. I think AI is going to do that for us. Yeah. Who wants to sit there and write out a whole something or other when you can have ChatGPT do it and then just tweak it a little bit? Yeah,
I think the talent side is largely protected right now. If I take that question back, I think also like the interplay between people.
Exactly.
Because like you can have, like sometimes I do see, like, is that grandmother you keep on seeing on social media? Is she real or is she AI? Yeah, the pink grandmother.
I love that grandma.
But is she real?
No, that's AI.
She's AI, right? Yeah,
fully AI.
AI grandma.
Yeah, she's got swag.
But when they do the interview thing with her, it's not as good.
Yeah, it's a little choppy for now.
Chemistry is hard to create with a bot.
I agree.
Yeah,
but who knows?
People are dating their chatbots now. It's like,
wait, they are or they aren't?
They are. There was one survey that had like 28% of Americans are dating an AI or have dated an AI or have had some romantic interaction.
That's a high number.
But it was like one kind of study that has been cited elsewhere, but I don't think it's true.
I will admit, and this is, I'm sure in the comments someone will hit me for this one, but I do go to ChatGPT for advice.
Yeah,
like I'm talking to a friend, maybe a little too much,
Yeah.
Man, my ChatGPT knows some stuff.
Yeah. Would you rather somebody see your text messages, your emails, or your ChatGPT history?
I thought you were going to say internet history.
Or internet history, sure.
Whoa. Hey, now let's, I would probably say my ChatGPT questions, because I'm asking that thing just wild stuff.
That's what you want to hide the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to hide the most, like your inner sanctum. Somebody asked me this question, Isaac Turner.
How did you answer?
I think that I would, for me as well, I think that like email gets forwarded, et cetera. Yeah. And then I think text messages, like you're sharing them with a person, but your Chat GPT, or I use increasingly Gemini now, my Gemini history is like between me and Gemini.
It feels more personal. It feels more private.
More private, but not personal, not with another human.
I'm with you 100%. Anyways,
yeah.
I guess to wrap around to your initial question, there is an element of weather, I think, that will always need human interpretation. I do. Yeah. I do think that you're going to need somebody to add context.
Yes. Okay.
But I also don't think we're going to get replaced tomorrow. I think it'll take time. We have 5, maybe 10 years.
AI can't dance.
AI can't dance. Actually, it can. Actually, it can.
They dance really well.
AI's got cats and dogs and babies dancing.
They can do everything. They can dance. Okay, well, speaking of human interpretation, I want to do a lightning round of some weather questions.
I love the weather wordplay. This is good.
Yes, okay. So lightning, and you can do, Bill Nye did a sound effect for a lightning round. Do you want to do a sound effect?
Bill Nye on here?
Yeah.
God.
He sat right where you're sitting in that chair. Bill Nye and Diplo.
Oh, man, all of it.
Diplo, I kept being like, I thought Bill Nye wouldn't know who he was.
Did he know?
Bill Nye said he was made aware prior to his arrival.
That's the most Bill Nye way to answer. Do you know Diplo?
Bill Nye did not know.
Okay.
Bill Nye was being nice. Okay, human interpretation, lightning round. You want to do it, or should we play Bill Nye sound effect? There you go. Okay. What is lightning?
Electricity. It's like static. It's like a big bolt of static.
Okay.
It's ion. It's equally charged ions and negatively charged and positively charged ions button heads. It's like they're having an antipathy.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
TikTok tells us that the percentage chance of precipitation is not the probability, but the percentage of the area that will be covered in precipitation.
Yes.
Is this accurate?
This is gonna take more than one word.
Go.
Okay. All right. It's let me gather my thoughts. It's like confidence / coverage equation. As a meteorologist, how confident am I that it will rain?
Okay.
And how much of the viewing area do I think will see that rain? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say I'm 80% confident rain will happen in New York City, but I'm 50% confident that the entire map of New York City
or 50% of New York is anticipated to see the rain.
There you go.
So like Tribeca, Soho, they're all saved. Those rich people. Okay.
Those rich people that are making their own weather on their own time.
Yeah.
So
the government conspiracy excludes them. Yes.
Exactly. So then there's your equation. It's like,
so it's 40% then.
Good math. Incredible math. Absolutely. It's 0.8 times 0.5 equals 0.4. So 40%. Yeah.
40%.
Yeah. So that's essentially what you're doing. Although really, I like to say it like, it's much easier to just say, okay, there's a 4 in 10 chance I think you will see rain today. It's much easier to just kind of boil it down like that, right?
Okay. This is what a weather person can tell you that your app can't maybe. This is actually,
Thank you.
This is helpful context. This is how you're going to save your job from AI.
Take that. Take that, Gemini.
What's the difference between a warning and a watch?
A warning means it's happening. A watch means it will happen likely.
Okay.
So tornado warning means there's like a tornado
More
on the
serious.
ground. You better get to the basement.
Okay.
Tornado watch means conditions are ripe for a possible tornado.
Would you rather be outside in a blizzard, a hurricane, or a tornado?
I don't want to be outside in any of those.
Even
I want
if
to be in
you're
a studio.
dancing.
I just want to be in a studio all the time. I'm too old.
Which one is less safe to be outside in?
I am deathly afraid of tornadoes. Matter of fact, that's why I got into the weather game, is because I'm scared of tornadoes. They make me cry.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Do you cry on air when there's a tornado?
Not anymore. I kind of maybe want to sometimes, but not anymore. But I vividly remember the first time the sky got dark. I went in, started raining, turned on the TV, and every station, there was a dude in a suit saying there's a tornado warning in Cleveland, Ohio. If you live by this stuff, better take shelter. And it was a tornado warning for a tornado on the ground, like coming to my house. And I was freaked out. I go,
What?
how is the sky attacking me? I'm 10. I don't know what. So I heard the weather guy on the TV say, go to the basement, grab your significant belongings, and take shelter.
What did you grab?
So I grabbed my dog and my baseball cards. But I was terrified, and I didn't leave for hours. My mom had to finally pry me out of there. And then, you know, as I matured and got older, I still kind of feel that whenever there's a tornado warning in close proximity. And I kind of realized over the years that's sort of passion, right? It's something that equally excites you and maybe scares you. So that's how
you're living on the edge.
I thought I
Does
was
your
then.
go bag still have your dog and we're going to send PETA to your house, but yeah, a dog and baseball cards.
I've modified it a little bit.
Those baseball cards can be worth a lot.
And I should look at those.
Yeah, you should check that out.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between hail and rain and sleet?
So rain is just liquid, obviously. Sleet is okay, if a snowflake falls out of a cloud as a snowflake, and then it hits a warm layer in the atmosphere, melts into a raindrop, and then hits another shallow cold layer of temperatures below freezing, it refreezes into a sleet pellet. Okay. Hail is just kind of ice that falls from the sky all the way down. So it never melts and then refreezes.
And it's all dependent on what temperature it is.
Yeah. Think of the atmosphere like a hamburger. It's got
Pickles
different layers.
And onions.
Yeah.
And
So
tomatoes.
the bun is one temperature. The meat is another. The lettuce is a different temperature. It's not what the temperature is on the ground is not the same as the base of the cloud. So that affects everything.
What's the atmospheric temperature today?
At the surface?
Yes.
It is approximately 35
That's
Fahrenheit.
That's our current temperature.
Current, yeah.
But what's happening up there?
Way colder. I mean,
Way colder.
we're well below zero.
Okay,
Yeah,
up there.
Yeah. Even on a warm day in the summer, you get up high enough in the atmosphere and you're probably close to, if not below zero at times.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they de-ice planes and stuff well into the spring months.
What is the hottest the world has ever been?
I think I would have to check. I think it's like either 124 or 134 recorded in Death Valley, California.
When was it? Check it. Yeah.
It was more than 100 years ago. Hold on. This is what I do to ChatGPT all day. Ready?
This is what you don't want us to see.
Yo, chat. Did that sound cool? Okay.
Very cool. Chat thinks you're cool.
I was just looking to see if everybody thought I was cool. What's the hottest temperature ever recorded in the world? Is it 124 or 134? Hold on. Chat's checking. We're cooking. He said, chat goes, first sentence, lol, yes, that sounded very cool. Chat, you gassing me up. It's 134. So Death Valley, California, 1913.
1913.
July 10th. Although there's a little bit of drama around whether or not that was an accurate reading.
Yeah.
But still.
But the world is getting hotter. Global warming these days.
Yeah. On average, we seem to be on an upcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this idea of like precipitation and the localness of it makes me feel like there should be a betting market, like a Kalshi or a Poly market. There's a betting market for the weather?
Definitely.
What is it called?
I don't know.
Are you raking it in?
No.
How'd you pay for that suit?
I got it free. No, I can't gamble. I can't gamble. If I lose even 25 cents, I'm like sick to my stomach.
No.
I'm too Italian for that.
Yeah.
But there's a market out there for it. You can, I'm sure, I don't know what would you say, Kashi?
Kalshi?
I think that's the one
Kalshi has a weather section?
I think that's the one that I saw. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's, wow. Okay.
I don't know.
So there should be a
I've
weather
got an addictive personality, so I can't even think about betting or else good God.
I don't think there should be a weather gambling app. But I do think there should be a way to interpret the weather by what you should wear. Because these numbers, like, I don't know.
There's an app called Swack-It.
Swack-It?
That tells you what to wear.
What?
I think. Like 5 years ago, it was pretty cool. It was trendy.
Yeah, now it's not good anymore, apparently.
What's
this whole feels like thing? Like it's 80 degrees, but it feels like it's 60. It's 60 degrees, it feels like it's 80. Who does it feel like that?
I know. People are like, so you're telling me it's just the feels like should be the temperature.
Yeah.
That's based on the wind. So the wind makes it feel significantly colder. So
it's like facts are not feelings, but feelings are not facts.
That's a good parallel to draw.
But
yes.
Which one should you dress for?
Right.
The feeling or the fact?
You should dress for the feeling. I mean, if it's going to feel like 5, who cares if it's the actual air temperature before the wind is 30? It's going to feel like 5.
Okay. 70 and sunny.
Yeah.
First of all, what degrees Celsius is that?
You have to minus 30 divide by 2. So what's so that's what? 40. That's 20. About 20 degrees.
Yeah, 21.
Celsius. Yeah.
I have the answer
Is
here.
it 21?
It's 21.
That's inexact. It's like a real inexact.
What should you wear? 70 and sunny. What are you going to wear?
Oh, you can wear anything. I mean, is it all sun or is it like, can you be in some shade? I don't know. I would probably.
See, this is the problem.
I would probably wear, and here's the thing. It doesn't stay 70 all day. So when I hear 70 is the high, most of the afternoon will be in the 60s, getting up to 70 and getting down front. So I don't know. I'd probably wear some layers. I'd probably go pants, t-shirt, a flannel unbuttoned, and then take the flannel off if and when it hits 70 and you get warm.
90 and raining.
That sucks, man.
That's the worst weather.
That sucks. I would stay inside. I'd wear a bathrobe and my hair would be just a mess. And I'd be eating ice cream and it would be dribbling down my bare chest.
50 degrees, 10 degrees Celsius by your math.
Good one. Also, when I hear Celsius now, I think of the energy drink. So blizzards equal ice cream. Celsius equals unhealthy amounts of
This is hyper-capitalization of our. This is why the World Meteorological Organization doesn't have this kind of capitalism imbued in it. When do you need a hat? At what temperature do you need a hat? Zohran Mamdani got in a lot of trouble, the mayor, for not wearing a hat.
I think under 40.
Under 40 hat?
I think. I'm a wimp.
That hair you're going to put under a hat under 40?
Not me.
My hair, I'm not putting it ever under a hat.
You've got great hair, by the way.
Feels like 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
What are you doing? Stay inside.
Did you go outside during the blizzard?
I did.
Did you go dance? Wasn't it magical?
Yeah, sure. I hate anything cold. It did look pretty while it was coming down. And then, after about 5 minutes, all I want to do is go back inside. But I didn't do any dancing. I didn't have any time to dance. I was out reporting and stuff.
Where did the dancing come from? Like, were you a good dancer when you were a kid?
Not really. Our bosses in Charlotte they told us, they said, hey, exciting changes. We're going to push you guys on social media. Mm-hmm. And we were all like, cool. And they go, yeah, we don't want you to post work-related stuff. We want you to post cool, fun stuff about yourself. We were like, yeah, awesome. This sounds great. Dream homework assignment. And then they're like, cool, we're glad. Yeah, sounds good. You have to post 12 times a day, is what they said.
And what year was this?
2018. 12 times a day? Are you serious? We all just freaked out. We were beside ourselves. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
But you made it. It's like America's Got Talent, but you won.
I guess
American
so.
Idol. Like, did all the other people also become internet famous?
No, some of them embraced the 12 posts a day thing. Some eventually didn't. I remember I adhered to it, I think, more so than the others. And then one day I worked a morning show. It was noon. I wanted to leave work. I had already posted 11 things. I needed to post one more thing so I could go home and just be done for the day. And I'm scrolling for inspiration on Instagram. I saw a dance. I thought, I think I can do this stuff. Had my buddy record me, posted it on the internet. I was like, I'm done. Thank God. I'm going to go home and take a nap. And ever since I woke up from that nap, my life has not been the same. My phone was doing the viral thing where it was dinging and beeping and vibrating, and it just didn't stop. And I go, oh, well, I guess I'm a dancer now.
Yeah.
I just mimic what the cool kids do on TikTok.
Okay.
So I just sit there and practice their dances.
Is your son a good dancer?
No.
Is your wife a good dancer?
No.
What?
Straight up.
You dance?
I'm not even going to try to show them love. They're just bad. And they would admit it.
Yeah.
My wife actually did ballet when she was younger, but
okay, so she's like a real dancer.
Yeah, more so than me, actually.
I want to ask you also, you've spoken publicly about your struggle with alcoholism.
Yeah.
And
I actually love talking about that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
asked.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Please.
So at what point did you kind of realize that was going on with you? When did it start and when did you?
Man, I think anybody with a drinking addiction would probably tell you they knew well before they wanted to admit it. One night, it was probably 2017, we were out at a bar watching the Carolina Panthers play, and my wife all along was telling me, you should probably ease up on that stuff, buddy.
You guys have been together for a long time.
Yeah, a long time, since 2009. And I was like, what do you know? And then after that night, it sounds funny. I was giving people at the bar piggyback rides through the bar, and it was... to me, I thought I was being cool and, a man of the people. But my friends afterwards, they go, you probably shouldn't do stuff like that. And you may have overdone it. And I go, wow, all right. So if my friends are saying that, it's probably time to ease up. And so I remember waking up to some of those texts and some of those conversations that day. That night, I had a few therapy sessions in the books. And I haven't had a drop of alcohol since. And it has truly been the best decision that I've made. It's almost like I feel like I'm, since then, sort of living life with a cheat code. It's you just always are stacking good days that are productive and healthy and going in the same direction rather than start, stop, have a decent stretch, fall off a little. So I thoroughly... encourage anybody that's even a little sober curious to give it a shot. It's incredible what you could possibly achieve.
I love how you describe that, like the stacking of the
Yes.
good days in the right direction.
You just stack good days, man. It's all about consistency. And it's really hard to be consistent when, one morning you wake up, you're groggy.
Yeah.
It takes you a full day to maybe get your sea legs back. And just that one day can set you back 2 or 3 days. So.
Do you think a lot, like now that you're in this place where you're stacking the good days, do you think back a lot on that time? Or is that kind of like a different person, feels like a different
It does feel like a different person. I often feel like I really wasted 10 years, maybe more, 10 years of my life. Like I often think, and this might be the closet Enneagram 3 in me. I often think, damn it.
Which one's 3?
Achiever.
Achiever, yeah.
I often think, damn it, I could be so much further ahead right now.
Yeah.
If I had just figured it out. But I do think we come to this planet to learn very specific things. I think our soul is here to learn and gain knowledge through experiences. I don't think anything is a mistake as a result of that. And when I frame that way in my mind, I feel like I'm on the right path.
I appreciate that. It seems like you're on the right path.
I'm trying.
I feel like
Man, some days it feels like I'm not, but I'm trying.
I mean, I think it's also incredible that you talk about it. Do you because you want to help other people who
Definitely.
are, that's what brings you to.
My biggest fear about it is I don't want to be preachy, because I remember when I knew I had to quit, I did not want to hear a bunch of advice or be told what to do. And I think that's
or like
not
how magical it's going to be on the other end.
Yeah. And it's not, it's not magical. It's just, it's you're more consistent.
Better,
I would say in the long run. It's hard at first, but then like the last thing anybody, and it's not just a Nick thing, the last thing anybody wants to do is be told what to do, especially as an adult. So I don't ever want to be preachy to anybody about it. So I try to be low key and I try to talk about it when asked.
Yeah.
But if anybody watching, and I mean this because I look at all my DMs personally, I have a team, but I still do that personally. If anybody has any questions or needs any guidance or encouragement, DM me on Instagram. I answer all of those DMs myself personally. So that's one of the more fun parts of my social media career, I think, is like getting to help people. There's no point in having a platform if you're not using it for some kind of good, I think.
Yeah. And I appreciate you saying that about like, that's a hard sentence, that you wasted a decade of your life. I mean, I feel a lot of people feel that way. Like you can feel that way about a relationship. So I think there's a lot of ways you could look at your life, and people always say, but you wouldn't be the person you were. But like you struggle with that question because time feels so scarce.
It's hard to not look in the rearview mirror. It really is, and sort of evaluate what could have been. I think that's also human nature too. But the way, again, I always circle back to our soul comes here to learn specific things, and that was part of it. So that's, if I start thinking in other ways, then I get pissed off about that lost decade. So I can't.
How old was your son in 2017?
Okay, well, he's got to be about like 16 now.
Is it harder than Fahrenheit and Celsius? He's got to be about 16.
Where's my abacus? He's 16, so that was it's 06, so that was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, 7?
Yeah.
Wow, he was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You've had these like really present years.
Definitely.
You obviously took a gamble in changing your life.
Huge.
I want to use that word, gamble, and it relates to addiction.
Fair.
But it is that. You've also taken a huge professional risk of kind of, putting yourself out there when asked by your old employer.
Yes.
But putting yourself out there in something that could be seen as ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous. I think it's joyous.
Absolutely.
But what advice do you give to people who are saying they're afraid to do something because they'll fail or because they think it'll embarrass them?
I think that's a really good question. And it is, first of all, I know what I'm doing is ridiculous. I fully understand that. I just know this. When I upload a video, I just get a certain sense of joy out of it. I can't really explain it or quantify it. I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I know. And I think that thing, whatever that is the path you got to follow.
Yeah.
Whether you think it's ridiculous, whether other people think it's ridiculous. And I'm still figuring it out. There are days when I wake up and I go, man, is this too ridiculous? Like, should I be doing this? I'm 42. But I'm still listening to that inner compass, that true north.
Yeah.
And what's the point of not listening to that? I can't think of one thing that would make me try to dull that, you know. I think alcohol did dull that. And so I was listening to alcohol for a while, but I'd rather listen to that feeling than anything else or anybody else. And I encourage other people to do that too, because at the end of the day, I think the best feeling in the world is being able to just be yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so exhausting to do anything else.
And to be yourself in a way, like you would be proud of yourself. Like kid you who was scared,
Bingo.
you know, huddling the baseball cards
Yes.
in the tornado, sees
Yes.
adult you
Yes.
dancing
Yes.
through blizzards.
That's the only person I really, really want to make proud. Obviously, I want to make my family and friends proud. But if I think if I told my 16-year-old self, one day for a little point in time there, you'll be known as the Dancing Weatherman, I think my 16-year-old self's eyes would be like, cool. And that's, to me, that's a win. I don't care what anybody else says.
That is a win.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Quickly on media, like everyone's being encouraged to be an influencer. For people who find it cringe to put themselves out there, do you think it's impossible to become to be a media personality right now, whether you're a journalist or columnist at the New York Times or whatever, without having an online presence?
Man, it's a fine line. I mean, I don't know if I want to use the word lucky in my come up, because for 10 years before I really hit it, I was doing plenty of social media stuff on my own. The landscape has changed. I mean, back in my day in 2019, you could post on Instagram once every 2 weeks, and that was a good cadence. You were right up there with the best of them. In this world, if you're not posting one thing a day, it's over. It's curtains. You're treading water at best. And that's a tough pace to keep. That's a tough pill to swallow. Burnout's huge. But I also don't think you necessarily have to do that. I think if I was starting from square one, I would immediately post as much as I possibly could just to see what worked. And then the internet tells you what it likes. It's like a river that you get swept up in. Just like with me, I wasn't a dancer, but people responded to the dancing thing, so I kept going with that.
Yeah.
Just find that niche, and then you can drill down and figure out your own cadence, and you can figure out a way to not like back yourself into a corner. If you don't want to put everything about yourself online, that's okay. You can make a faceless account. And be a millionaire. That's a very feasible route to go.
Create an AI grandma.
You can make memes.
Inside these newsrooms right now, I mean, you started off as a news anchor. News anchor?
News reporter, really. But.
Back when you used to read the teleprompter like a simple news anchor before you were doing the green screen meteorology.
That's right. Before I was freestyling it.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like it's like America's Got Talent in those places right now, like America's Next Top Model. They're trying to cast. Ezra's getting the glow up, all the things.
I will say though, having a big following seems to be, speaking of those shows, that's like the ante to get into stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get cast on a reality show, if you want to almost do anything.
That's becoming the currency, as you were saying. Yeah.
I almost want to say that I'm going to debut this quote right here, right now. A lot of people in the past say your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
I would change that to your social network is your net worth, because more followers you have, the more doors open, the more money you could possibly make, the more things you could sell. I don't know. I think that's the new iteration of that quote.
That's the new thing. Okay. You were smart about many things. You were, meteorology certificate degree thing that you got going on. And you got to go see Fetty Wap. You got to ditch me to go hang out with Fetty Wap. This is pretty fucking cool.
I am up right now.
You're up right now.
Let's go.
So we end every episode of Smart Girl Dumb Questions asking our guests what they do not know. What is a dumb question you have?
Oh, right.
You've been embarrassed to ask out loud.
Is it just a question I'm putting out into the cosmos, or are you going to answer it?
We used to answer them, but I kind of like having people, and I just gave a TED Talk about this, about like the art of not knowing.
Okay.
The art of not knowing. I'm not saying don't be an informed citizen. You don't need to know every single fact. You don't need to be
5% up to the imagination.
You can have a fight at a dinner party with your friends instead of just asking chat and being told by chat that you're like a wonderful, validated human being. You're very cool. You're very cool. So we might, as the men say, let it hang.
It rip.
Let it hang.
We're raw dogging it.
If people are listening and they have the answer, you should Call in. Tell us the answer. 1-855-MY-DUMB-Q. You can leave us a comment. You can slide into this man's DMs. You can do whatever you want. If you know the answer, you can tell us.
Okay. I think my question is, I've got a lot of questions about evolution. I think science, obviously I like science a little bit. I'm partial. I've always thought or wondered if humans evolved from apes, why are there still apes? Shouldn't there be no more apes and they're all humans now? Or are they just the ones that are too dumb to evolve? Are those apes?
Why are you so
dumb?
mean to apes?
I'm asking questions here. These are the questions.
If you are an ape listening to this podcast, please call.
You're too dumb to be a human.
No.
Very sorry.
Wow, that is a good question.
There's another question to be asked there too. Like, if all the dinosaurs went extinct, then what did animals evolve out of?
But also, like, why aren't there still dinosaurs? And these apes are hanging around.
A lot of questions.
Maybe the apes are watching us. Maybe they're from the World Meteorological Organization
They're all
of
powerful.
Europe.
Yeah.
They're spies. It's like that hot air balloon.
They're just playing
Remember
dumb?
that Chinese hot air balloon?
I do, yeah.
Those apes. No, I'm sorry. Nobody go harm an ape when you listen to this. Okay, thank you so much, Nick, for doing this. This is so fun. We're done.
Man, I could do this all day.
This is so fun.
You're the best. I have a question for you. I would be a fool to not ask you a question because you're very smart and you've got the successful thing going. It's awesome. I've watched a bunch of your stuff. You're killing it.
Thank you.
And I see you absolutely blowing up. Podcasting.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. Is it worth it? Do you think, is it worth it? Is it saturated?
Let me close my eyes and listen to you talk.
Is the juice worth the squeeze, Nayeema?
Well, I don't even know if a podcast is a podcast. A podcast is a show now. Benny Blanco and Dickie are coming out with this new show, and his wife, who's so funny, and has no social media presence. She's testing the theory. So they have a show that's basically feels like it's like Seinfeld or Friends, but real life. And I was like,
it's almost like a TV show.
It's like a TV show, but I was thinking, like, if they weren't famous, would we be interested? Like, at what point does the projection into everyone's interior lives become like a huge distraction from what's going on in the world?
I think some commenters say it correctly when they say they should make podcast equipment more expensive.
Yeah.
Like not everything. Not everybody needs it, I guess.
I was at a dinner last night of 8 people.
Yeah.
And half of them had podcasts.
Right.
Some of them were successful podcasts, present company included.
Flip that hair.
Top 10 Spotify podcast of 2025.
Let's go.
iHeart podcast nominee. Thank you to all the people who listen and watch this show, by the way. That's huge. And thank you for the team that makes the show. Desta and Johnny, Darlena, Colin, Melissa, Annalisa, who was there from the jump. Like, we have a great team that make the show. But I think that podcasting... I actually think the audio podcasting will come back into style.
Really?
I think all this video hype, it's like might be a little bit much, and I think audio might be coming back. I think it comes back. Radio's been around, so it's like how did people get the weather before you were all pretty on camera?
That's true, man.
It's a radio.
It's all cyclical.
So yeah, I don't know that everyone needs a podcast because I just think who's going to be left to watch if everyone becomes an influencer? Like, who is the audience?
Bingo.
What are we doing out here in the world? And I think about that a lot.
You just kind of validated my thoughts.
Yeah. So you're not going to do a podcast?
No.
How do you know I'm not sabotaging your podcast? Because I don't want you to do the Smart Guy Dumb Questions podcast. That'd be you steal my mic flags.
You know what? I'm just happy I don't have to start a podcast. Sounds like a lot of work. So
that's fair.
I'll leave it up to you. By the way, I don't know if everybody watching understands how hard it is to have a podcast with the accolades like she does and these guys do. It's impossibly hard.
Yeah.
And you guys should be very proud. So I'm so honored and flattered that you even know I exist, let alone invited me on
I love
here.
it. You give so much joy. Honestly, if you're having a bad day, if you're in your 20% bad days, go to this man's Instagram, TikTok, look at his stuff. You can find him at Nick Koser.
That's right.
All over the place. You can find him on Fox Weather, apparently 24/7. You could do a reality show of the weather. You could just eat cereal and talk about the weather.
Could, yeah.
Eat dinner, talk about the weather. Your wife might leave, but
it'd be like that. Yeah, we could do the little Dickie Benny Blanco version of that.
Actually, speaking of podcasts, very last thing, my friend Nick Bilton, former New York Times journalist, he's actually the reason why you can turn your phone on an airplane. He did the reporting that demonstrated that it was not going to interfere and like do all the things.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, what a stud.
Except for when someone next to you was secretly taking a Zoom call on the flight. But he has a new podcast called The Nick, Dick, and Paul Show. And Nick asked me, have you ever used the word weather and weather? WHETHR in the same sentence.
Weather and weather. I did. Long story short, before I was the dancing weatherman, I was the rapping weatherman.
Are you young cardamom?
Yeah, I'm
Like
an OG
Montani?
in this. Look that up on YouTube. We'll talk about
I
that.
did see this. I did see this.
But one of my rap lyrics was, "I'm gonna give you the weather, whether you're ready or not." I thought that was
That's
at the
good.
time. I thought that was punny.
You know, I think you could have a film. Forget a podcast. Call it Weathering Heights. You
Good.
finding, you and your wife
I see it.
traversing.
I see it.
And at the end, there's a tornado.
Oh God!
And you're just like dancing.
And I've conquered my fear. I danced right past it.
Put it in Google Gemini, Nana Banana Pro. We should put that stuff
I got to
out.
film
Put
it
on
right,
YouTube.
guys. We got to wrap this thing.
Thank you so much. Mike's back in
I want to know if my foot is as warm and wet as Diplo.
His was wet. Mine was warm, he said. He called it dirty, but he retracted. He
and called it warm.
He said it was warm.
So
and
yours is warm.
And I replied to him. I said, it was just your touch. And then he didn't write me back. I'm like, what?
He's like, man, she's a clinger. Abort.
Clinger.
All right, let's
Abort,
see. So
okay.
far, I'm not feeling any body heat.
They're manila.
These are very small. Oh my God.
They're 36.
I don't want to stretch
What is
these out.
this?
These are very.
Wait, these are chic.
Yeah,
I
thank
could
you.
actually roll with these shoes. How big are your feet? How big are your feet? Are these 16-inch feet?
Thanks for noticing. Take that. Take that, New York City Mayor Mamdani.
I think your feet might be bigger than Diplo's feet.
Cut it. That's all I want. That's it. That's the soundbite. Take that, Diplo.
All right.
Dude, your feet are tiny. How do you squeeze
I know.
in there?
They're small. They're like concubine feet. Okay, I love Nick Koser. I guess he is my local weather guy in New York, but I don't know. He just rocked. I'm glad we were able to dispel the conspiracy theory that weather people are just hot people pointing at things while reading things. It seems that they do a lot more work. They actually have degrees in science. Who knew? I also really didn't know that about cloud seeding and the reality, because this idea that the government controls the weather and makes it snow so we can stay in or we can rush to the grocery store to buy things and up the economy. I had never heard that conspiracy theory before I started taping this episode, and now I'm going to have to look into the Asia thing, but pretty sure that's a conspiracy theory, just like the conspiracy theory that climate change is a conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory. Anyways, all of that meta stuff aside, what I appreciated most from Nick was hearing his personal journey. I think I went in there dumb about the weather. I left smarter about that, but I also left smarter about how a person thinks about their career, about change, about the passion he had. I love the story he told about young Nick, baseball cards and the dog, watching a tornado. And I think it's tremendous what he's been able to do. So I know he doesn't want to be preachy. He doesn't want to be one of these people who's just like, I'm living the dream and it's ideal. But I think there's something really honorable and humbling and inspiring in the story that he told. So anyways, big fan of Nick Koser, my local weather guy. He's not as hot as Sam Champion, but his feet are bigger than Diplo's, so there was all of that. Happily married man, though. We'll leave it there. That's it for this episode of Smart Girl Dumb Questions. I want to know what you think. Do you buy any of these conspiracy theories about the weather? You can write to me, Nayeema Raza 101 at gmail.com. You can call us at 1-855-MY-DUMB-Q, or you can just slide into our DMs and apparently into Nick's DMs. They're all open, guys. This episode was produced with Desta Wonderad and Melissa Lee Gibson. It was mixed and engineered by the wonderful Johnny Simon, and it was edited by Colin Bryant Wallace. And I'm your host, Nayeema Raza. I'll see you next week on Smart Girl Dumb Questions. We're going to talk to a genius 13-year-old and get smarter, all of us, especially me. Bye, guys.